Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is mortgages fall, bank shutdowns, and North Korean war preparations. Now, I've had a lot of them pretty long today, or in the past, but I think today it's going to be fairly short. At least I think so. We'll see how the Holy Spirit leads. All right, anyway, mortgages fall. Mortgage applications plunge 3.1% in 1 week. Housing market collapse begins. Perhaps some of you recall that I had a dream back in 1999. And basically it said that when the mortgages fall, the bank system will also fall. And I saw the banks falling by 50%. I mean, like almost immediately. And there was mass panic. This is probably what it's talking about. Refinance applications also plunged 4%, and worse, the purchase index is down 27% from a year earlier. This is the Biden economy. Or this is the hand of God for an unrepentant, sinful nation. Mortgage applications decreased 3.1% from 1 week earlier. The Market Composition Index, a measure of the mortgage loan application volume, decreased 3.1% on a seasonably adjusted basis from 1 week earlier. On an unadjusted basis, the index decreased 4% compared with the previous week. The refinance index decreased 4% from the previous week and was 37% lower than the same week a year ago. The unadjusted purchase index decreased 3% compared with the previous week and was 27% lower than the same week 1 year ago. What's it saying? It's saying that the strength of America is our mortgages. I know that sounds bad. I mean, of course, we all know it's God. But if you look at this chart, I think it's well laid out. This is what's happened just since Biden's taken. The orange box is Biden. Okay, so the mortgages fall and so does America. Now, hang on to that because that fits in with the rest of it. Now let's talk about banks shutting down. This is no secret, okay? We've heard a lot of banks been shutting down lately. This is just another one. Out of money, major bank with 202 locations set to close 6 branches as bosses say less foot traffic is to blame. No. It's not less foot traffic. Now, maybe they just closed a few because there is less foot traffic. But we know it's a whole lot more serious than that. Associated Bank, which has 202 locations in 3 states, is based in Green Bay, Wisconsin. However, it will be saying goodbye to 6 branches by November 17th, according to this report. Hang on to that. Now, our finances are falling. And we see our mortgages falling. Now I'm going to show you what North Korea is doing. North Korea's Kim orders sharp increase in missile production just days before U.S.-South Korea drill. Okay, it doesn't have anything to do with the U.S.-South Korea drill. It has to do with North Korea, and I believe that Vicky Goforth Parnell was hearing from God, and we're about to talk about that. I think it is an agreement that Kim has now made with Putin to join forces with Russia to attack America. So right now, North Korea is building every bullet and missile they possibly can. The article says North Korea leader Kim Jong-un again toured major munitions factories and ordered a drastic, I want you to hear that word, drastic, ordered a drastic increase in production of missiles and other weapons. U.S. officials believe that Russia's defense minister recently talked with North Korea about selling more weapons to Russia for its war with Ukraine. Well, we know a whole lot more than that happened. Kim visited factories producing tactical missiles, mobile launch platforms, armored vehicles, and artillery shells, and other munitions and factories. Kim set a goal to drastically boost production capacity so that the facility can mass produce missiles to meet the needs of frontline military units. Now, I do not know for certain that what I'm about to say is accurate, but my guess is more than just an agreement between North Korea and Russia happened. I think that what it says here, I'll read it again here in just a second, is that North Korea has been getting technological help from Russia. And my guess is, here's the point, I'll bet you Russia has been giving North Korea financial help. Because you can't go to building more missiles, more missiles and more bullets and things like that without more money. North Korea is not exactly a well-financed nation. That is, unless Russia is, because Russia has the oil. And she's been selling around the globe, and she's been using those oil profits to build her war machine. Now she's getting North Korea to help build a war machine, all about attacking America. Now let's go on. North Korea sacks the top general. Now I read this a couple of days ago, but it fits. So it's an overall plan, so I'll read it again. Sacks the top general and orders military to prepare for an offensive war. Okay, this is two reports. This one is from AP. This one is from HowTurnRadioShow.com. Two reports that North Korea is building up. This one says they're building more of their military. This one says they fired a general, apparently because he didn't want to go along with the massive buildup. So it goes on to say that he's ordered increases in weapons production, combat drills, in preparation for an offensive war. Now, that tells me that the war where Russia and Korea and all the other nations attacks America is not imminent, because it takes a while to build these munitions. But it does tell me that it's getting very, very close. I don't think it's a couple of months away. It could be a year or two away. I hope it's longer than that. Let's go on, though. The meeting also dealt with dismissing, transferring to other ports or newly appointed some leading commanding officers. In other words, ones that are willing to help him attack America. Kim analyzed the hostile situation on the Korean Peninsula and called for further stepping up for war preparations. Are you reading between the lines? Now, I read this about a week ago, but I think it's important, so I'm going to read it again. 3:26:23. So Vicky Goforth Parnell has this vision. With my eyes fully open, I see a grand office with Vladimir Putin. He begins a video call. The video screen is about 8 by 10. It's a private call. The device guarantees a secure call and translates both languages. The voice says, "What do you want, Vladimir Putin?" "Have you considered my proposal yet?" Kim says. I see Kim Jong-un of North Korea on the screen. "I have, Vladimir. What's in it for me in North Korea?" Kim asks. "If you join my coalition and aid in the destruction of America, you will become a strong country with my help, with all of Mother Russia behind you. I shall give you more technology." Now, he didn't say it here, more money, but I think he's been given it. I think he's about to start giving a whole lot more money to North Korea. "With my help, all of Mother Russia behind you, and I shall give you more technology to advance your weaponry as well as your economy." Kim pauses, then says, "Well, we have no love here for the United States, but what do you require of me? Because I know you, Vladimir Putin. You do nothing without improving your position." I mean, this just sounds like the way they talk. And I think God opened up the spirit and let her see, just like the angel did with Dmitry Duduman, let them see what they're planning for America. Vladimir says, "Kim, you wound me with your words." "Vladimir, this is the way of a good leader. Now tell me, if I join your coalition, what will you require of me in North Korea? I know you, Vladimir. You do nothing without it being to your advantage somehow." Putin says, "I would require you to take control of South Korea, because if not, she will throw her support for the United States once we've struck." "Well, that will not be an easy task," Kim said. Then he speaks again. "If I do agree to your coalition terms, then I would require something from you." Vladimir Putin isn't moved at all. It is almost as if he's expecting Kim Jong-un to ask for something. Then he spoke up and asked Kim quickly, "Something besides the generous offer that has already been given to you already? What would you require Kim? Kim's face was serious as he quickly said, well, I promised the United States a Christmas gift, and my gift is late. Late gifts can be sent any time, and my requirement is this. North Korea gets a turn at unleashing our nuclear weapons upon their American soils during the strikes before the invasion. If this requirement is met, then I will verbally agree to your coalition, and I will sign it the moment you make your first strike upon America with your nuclear and hypersonic weapons. Upon the United States, these are my terms and my conditions. Putin's face spreads into a pure evil grin. Then he says, I like your style, Kim. By all means, join in the fun. You can be given a shot on the 3rd. Now, I don't know what that means on the 3rd. I don't know if that's the 3rd month, the 3rd day of the month, or the third nation's allowed to fire at us. I don't know. Kim Jong-un's face broke into a huge grin, and he began laughing a horrible laugh. Putin joins in. I see both laughing. Kim Jong-un says, then Vladimir Putin, we shall join your coalition. Thank you for your generous offer and for all the prior advanced technology and weaponry that Russia has been so willing to help us with. North Korea shall rise to be a strong nation. Then it's done, Putin says. Yes, Vladimir, it's done. North Korea should join you. And the other nations gathered against the United States, and I will enjoy watching her burn. Then the vision disappears, and it's gone. Vicky says, Jesus, Jesus, help us. Jesus says, all is set, daughter. I heard him respond, all is set. Prepare your heart in me, daughter of faith and grace, and me alone. Now, before I go to the next comment, apparently this Friday night Bible study hit a lot of people exactly where they wanted, because I covered 2 chapters talking about America and prophecy. There's actually 6 chapters, but this past Friday night I covered 2 of those chapters, being Isaiah 13 and Revelation 18. So, this Friday night I might go ahead and cover some of the other chapters. But anyway, these 2 chapters, Isaiah 13, Revelation 18, in our Friday night Bible study, which, by the way, you're invited every Friday night at 6:30 a.m. Central Time. 6:30 a.m. 6:30 p.m. I don't want to get up 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Friday night on your favorite platform, including Prophecy Club, prophecyclub.com. Now, let me back up, and I want to go back and reread those articles. Here, North Korea has now ordered a sharp increase in missile production. Why is it this has all of a sudden happened? And then North Korea, apparently because this general didn't want to go along with it, he got sacked and replaced. I think that is confirmation that Vicky heard from God. And I think Jesus is warning us. Now, what do we do with this? I think to a certain degree, there's nothing we can do. Not in the flesh. But the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They're not flesh. They're mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. So this past, I have to be careful with my words here. This past fast gap is praying for, I shouldn't even say it. If I say those 2 words, we might get taken off again. But if you join Fast Gap, then these are some of the things we pray for, and probably this is going to be the thing we fast and pray for this week. So here's what you do. Go to prophecyclub.com, slide to the bottom, sign up for Fast Track if you want to pray for Prophecy Club, or Fast Gap if you want to pray for America. You can quit anytime you want to. My promise is I never ask for donations, and I never send product offers. This is only if you want to fast and pray for either Prophecy Club or America or both. And then, of course, the Bible study, Friday night, 6:30. I'm going to show you something you've never seen or tasted before. I'm doing this impromptu. I just went out to my own bread machine, and I pulled this out. This is a loaf I made Saturday. This is my famous raisin, cinnamon, vanilla. This new loaf, the whole loaf would weigh about 3 pounds. Of course, I've already eaten about half of it. But I want to show you why you have never tasted this. Each one of these slices, you can see how thick it is. One of these slices is a meal. You eat one of these in the morning, one in the afternoon, and not only are you satisfied, you're really satisfied. You're really happy. Cinnamon, raisin, vanilla, and yes, at josephkitchen.com, you can get the recipe. This is an upgraded recipe that I plan to be putting out here as soon as I get a chance. But if you look close, those are raisins, cinnamon, and vanilla all whipped together. You put that into a toaster, put a little bit of butter on that, and, well, it doesn't last long at church. As a matter of fact, they pass by all of the nice donuts and all of the other sweet garbage to get something that's really good for them. Now, what I would suggest you do is start making your own bread, whether you've already got Joseph's Kitchen or whether you haven't, get it. Now, here's what you do. You go to josephskitchen.com. 2 things. 1, you order a machine package. That's the mechanicals to make it. In other words, the grinder that takes the wheat berries, turns it into flour, which you put into the bread machine with 6 other ingredients. Push a button. 2 hours and 20 minutes later, you have a nice hot loaf of whole wheat bread. Won't look like this because this one has raisin, cinnamon, and honey in it. Anyway, extra honey. And the next thing you want to do is decide how much food you want to have. You want to have 6 people 1 year, 4 people 1 year, 2 people 1 year, or just enough for 1 person. All of that is at the price of around $1,000 per person. Get you some homemade whole wheat bread. Why have you never tasted this? Because the grocery stores cannot and will never be able to offer this, because in about 7 to 10 days after you break the wheat berry, it starts going bad. Now, I know that I'm going to have to eat this in the next 7 to 10 days, but I also know it's probably not going to last more than 3 or 4 days. As a matter of fact, it's one of the best things I've ever eaten in my life, and I can't guarantee this. I can't say it legally, but let's put it this way. I've been taken off of my I've been taken off of my high blood pressure pills, and the doctor said that I have low cholesterol now, cut my cholesterol pill in half. And the only thing I can say is over the last year I started eating whole wheat bread. So there it is, whole wheat bread. josephskitchen.com. Terry Saka with CornerstoneAssetMetals.com. So what's going on in the world of finances? Why should they call today?
Well, China has laid out in a speech a few weeks ago exactly what they think of the United States. I haven't seen that in my 55 years. With China and Russia forming these reserve currencies, new reserve currency, we better be prepared because that dollar is going to be in deep trouble and we're going to need assets to protect us from it.
CornerstoneAssetMetals.com. Call them or go online, CornerstoneAssetMetals.com, or call them at 888-747-3309. 888-747-3309. Secret door to understand Bible prophecy. It will help you to understand. It's not complicated, but it is deep, because to understand Bible prophecy, well, let's put it this way. I wish I had had the book 30 years ago. It would have helped me understand Bible prophecy. It would have put so many misunderstandings that I have had through the years in place. Matter of fact, when I started getting these 30 revelations, because I memorized the book of Revelation, I learned a lot. I learned a lot I did not know. I think I went to school with Jesus, and I don't think I'm something special. Matter of fact, I don't even think it came because I memorized the book of Revelation. I think you're something special. I think he gave the book to his end-time saints, his end-time watchmen, so that you can explain to people, so you can be a part of the great move of God, the great harvest, the thousands upon thousands of souls that are about to come to Jesus. And if you want to share in that harvest, you need to be able to explain Bible prophecy, and the Holy Spirit is not going to put up with you teaching a bunch of errors. You got to know what you got to know. And that is, you got to kick out that idea thinking that there's going to be a pre-trib rapture. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's other things, you got to learn. And this is the reason I think he gave the book. Secret door to understand Bible prophecy. prophecyclub.com. prophecyclub.com. Next is, I'll send you to empshield.com. If you use the promo word prophecy, you get a $50 discount. What is that? Well, it looks like this. This is the one that goes into a car, okay? And you put the red wire to the red side of the battery, you put the black wire to the black side of the battery, and the green one attaches to the body of the car. Then you peel it off right back here. Just peel that off, stick it inside of the engine compartment of your car. And the whole point is when the electricity goes off or when some kind of a suitcase nuclear device goes off, this is supposed to be able to stop that device from destroying every computer chip in your car. Because if every computer chip is destroyed in your car these days, you couldn't possibly replace them all. Throw the car away. So, empshield.com, promo code PROPHECY.